Hello and welcome back, it is I, Wizmix, and here we are to play the Grace Ace Attorney Chronicles. Last time, well, we finally entered the cabin next door to Kazuha's. And this time, well, we also discovered who actually is inside that cabin. And now it's time to know what they think about, not really think, what they saw last night. What happened last night? I think, yeah. You know that someone was killed in the cabin next door to this one last night. Well, the crewman told me this morning when I was eating breakfast. The man who died, he was a friend of mine. Oh, that's why we're trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual last night? Perhaps you heard a strange noise, for example. Perhaps people talking. Perhaps the ship was absorbed in a wild tempest. Perhaps its steam engine exploded. Perhaps everyone on board would have noticed if that had happened. Miss Pavlova, is there anything you can tell us? I don't know. I'm sorry, but all I could think about last night was what I had done and whether they would find me. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me. Oh, I see. You ran away from your ballet company, have you? The Novavich Ballet. I want to talk about something. The hair is looking a bit grey and blonde at the same time. I don't know. That's a thing. I'm trying to Great Britain, and from there I want to go to America. I will never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballet. I will start a new life. You wish to forget a challenging proposition when you have that striking Tara as a reminder. Tara is mine. I need to leave it. I need to leave. I have no money of my own. Novavich Ballet gives us only a little food and water, and we must dance all over the world. I had to run away, had no choice. If I stayed, it would have killed me. You ran away to protect yourself. Yes, and the crew of this ship, they have all been kind to me. They let me come on board, and they said I could hide in this cabin. Oh, so they lied. But they knew about her identity. Indeed, as it is interesting, yeah. Okay. If that is indeed Miss Pavlova, it creates a most intriguing conundrum. Yes, it does. What do you think about it, Mr. Naruto? Eh? Oh well, yes, of course. I think we should hear Miss Pavlova's explanation. What conundrum? I'm not sure, but... Conundrum? Miss Pavlova, allow me to pose you a riddle. According to this newspaper, it was only yesterday that you absconded from the ballet. Now that being the case, must have been last night that you boarded this vessel. However, SS Berea stopped by Nopal last night. Oh, that's it, of course. How is it, pray, that you come to be on board? Nothing about it. The crewman outside the cabin acted very strangely when we mentioned that. It was just after we asked him about when the occupants of this cabin came aboard. That is not your business. Yes, you're right. He did seem to be hiding something. An angel descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the stage. What was that? This is how the Russian newspaper described described one of my performances. That is how I came here too. I descend from the heavens because I am an angel. You have wings? Considering English isn't your mother tongue, your description is very vivid. Mr. Sholmes once said I never can resist a touch of the dramatic. It seems Miss Pavlova is the same. Genius descended from the heavens, bring grace and beauty to detection. Words once said about myself, a quote from a wonderfully extravagant advertisement. For the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, in fact. Yes, Mr. Showy? Anyway, doesn't it look like Miss Pavlova is going to tell us what really happened? I'll have to wait until... Well, I guess. I mean, that's the main point of the game, so yeah, obviously. So the friend you mentioned is inside the traveling case, is that right? Why don't you let it out? I mean, I think animals are allowed on board, according to the rules of passage. Oh please, don't tell. Don't tell any of the crew. They found my precious... And the burly Russians will bestir themselves in the unison to throw you and your case overboard, no doubt. Reassuring, Mr. Sholmes. But what sort of pet is your friend, little puppy? It is, isn't it? You say it's a snake. Maybe an adorable little rabbit? The Great Russia has a land with small rabbits, do you? Oh, don't they have small rabbits there then? May well ask. I have no idea. You two are miserable bangers when it comes to understanding the nature of young ballerina's friends. Isn't it obvious it must be a chicken? Really? Consider the benefits. A rousing wake-up call, daily fresh eggs, and when adversity strikes, it could satisfy the needs of sustenance. Then eat your friends. I remember that. Well, appear this friend's identity is a close guarded secret not to be revealed. She obviously doesn't quite trust us yet. It's something I should like to show her, I think. Maybe she might be able to shed some light on it. Show her. This is the diary of my friend who passed away. His diary. Yes, and he wrote in it last night before he died something a little unusual. He reads, I can hear faint whistling now, and then a few moments later, what looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Speckled band, I don't understand. It's strange, isn't it? The ventilator he mentions joins to this cabin, you see. It's up there on the wall. In other words, the cabin and the victim's cabin are connected together. Oh. Miss Pavlova, has something occurred to you? Does the speckled band the victim mentioned mean something to you? Or the whistling sound, perhaps? No. Oh, no, anything. Excuse me, Mr. Royalot? Huh? What a speed! Guess what? She's fast. Captain would like to speak with you. Let's come to Captain's quarters at once, please. Alright, I will come now. You must leave, now. Oh no, it's fine. Don't mind us. Yes, please don't worry yourself, Mr. Royalot. Get out. The passenger said out, or you want me to throw you out. Looks like you will have to leave investigating this cabin until later. What a pity. I'm sure it's the snake, but is it the snake who bit Kazuha? I don't think so. And so, who lost his chance? Why that? Because it's not trusting enough. Having still not managed to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin, were unceremoniously chased out. That is to say, we were quite literally picked up and thrown out, no, thrown into the passageway outside. Well, to be continued, I guess. See you later. Hey, how could I know? Right? Oh no. Okay. Yes, I totally heard. Well, what's the date of today? You don't know, but I know. Ah, okay. Let's see. 9 January, Berea First Class Cabin Passageway. No. 9 January, Berea First Class Cabin Passageway. I wish we hadn't been thrown out like that. I wish we'd managed to find some clue as to what that speckled band might be. We didn't manage to investigate at all. And I imagine that we won't be able to for a while longer. We'll never get past that sailor guarding the door. He's like glaring at us, as if to say don't even think about it. Wait a minute. What is it? Well, what happened to a great detective friend? Where did he go? He's completely disappeared. Why did he do that? He slipped away as quickly as the wind, but not before ensuring these were securely backed on my wrist. Well, he didn't bail like that. Shouldn't be suspected. Well, time to go back here, I guess. Looks like they're still investigating it here. On that subject, what if Inspector Sonaga is unscattered? What do you mean, unscattered? Surely you haven't forgotten, have you? Don't you remember what he said allowing you out of his cabin to investigate? I was going to talk to the captain about it. He said he'd lay his life on the line for you. Oh yes, but I'm sure he was exaggerating. Let's see what he has to say for himself. Might have some new information for us. You never know. Oh wow. Hello. Are you alright? No. Oh, you're back. Inspector? What happened to you? Your face is a mess. Please don't worry about it. It just scratches. Oh. Okay. If you call that scratches. Made by a bear. When I told the captain that he'd given you permission to investigate, he told me he'd pound me with his fist and then toss me overboard. The pummeling was over in a flash, and he must have decided against throwing me overboard. It was nothing, really. Looks like he wasn't joking when he said he'd let his life on the line. If he had to. Well, thanks to your thoughts, you now know a little about the neighboring cabin. Yes, I understand. I bumped into a man claiming to be a great detective a little while ago. I think his name was something like Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes. I don't think he was German though. Ah, that explains it. When we compare notes, then we can tell you what we found out. Yes, let's do it. Cabin next door. Nikolina Pavlova is in the cabin next door. You know who she is. Please, what self-respecting ballet fan will know that graceful angel? She talked about it. I think I set him there. Well, that tells us the neighboring cabin is unrelated to the case, at least. Oh, how? These angels don't go around committing crimes, do they? Inspector, has the investigation in here proved fruitful? If I'm honest, there's very little more I can do. My duty is to make sure the scene is undisturbed, ready to hand over to the Hong Kong police. I'm just keeping watch here, trying not to make my eyes off the job. I see. Oh, there's one thing. I have a small piece of new information for you. What exactly? Do tell us, Inspector. Tell me. I want to know. Who is the one who killed my best friend? It's this. The Maria's medical officer has finished his examination of the body. I managed to obtain the reports. Oh. His post-mortem reports. Ah. So, what was the cause of death? Damage to cervical vertebrae. It's what's written in the reports. His neck was broken. Yes, it would seem so. When obvious wounds are the signs of injury. At first, I think they were considering poison. It turns out they found no trace of poison in his system at all. Oh. Well, what weapons was used then, so it's not a mistake. Nothing has been found out as yet. The fact that there are no signs of a wound suggests it may have been a blunt object, something that wouldn't leave a mark. Oh, I see. All the body's nerves run through the spine to the brain. A strong enough impact to the neck will induce death. There's a possibility an obvious wound will be left. Maybe it's the unshaded katana. Maybe not. I have a second copy of the report. It might be useful, you're welcome to have it. Really? Are you sure? Yes, it's fine. I trust you. After all, if I didn't trust you, I'd never have agreed to you leaving this cabin in the first place, would I? The postmortem report has been entered into the court record. Oh, Mr. Sholmes was there. Was he? Yes, he seemed to be enjoying himself a little too much, as he crept about on the floor investigating. But then he suddenly left. I suppose he must have become bored. Did he say anything at all? Actually, now you mention it, yes. Just one thing, but he practically shouted it. It's shoe polish, was all he said. Shoe polish? Wonder what he meant. On the ground was when he was over there by the piece of broken glass, do you see? Perhaps he was talking about this brick-colored mark, do you think? That must be it. And how could Mr. Sholmes know that it's shoe polish? That leaves me cold, I'm afraid. I have no idea. What is it, Susato-san? Well, Kismet-san was wearing leather shoes with a very dark tan hue. Dark tan? Do you not like this color? I don't like the color of red wine, but darker. I often repair them for him. Does this mean that this mark was made by the polish on Kasuma's shoes at the scuffed on the floor? That's really all I can tell you at this stage. I should return to my post. My fellow crewmen's eyes are boring into the back of my head. It might be for the best. Thank you. Oh, Inspector. You look exhausted. Oh well. I feel terrible that I failed to protect Sugi-san, who was my responsibility. Of course, my pain is nothing compared to yours. You are his friends. Truth is, I seem to have had a heavy head ever since I woke this morning. A heavy head. That's interesting. My head's still throbbing too. Well, what more can we do? Knife. Shelf again? All the books provided for passengers occupying this cabin neatly arranged on the shelf were all over the place when we first looked around, if you remember. You did it up then, don't you? You have to look after the ship's property. The rolling behavior in the cabins leads to damage. It really wasn't me who knocked them over. Well, anyway, I feel much better now that nearly line up. I can't relax when things are untidy. Iwakazuma spent his final moments running his diary. Same thing. Again, he's writing here on this page. It's almost impossible to believe that he's gone. I guess that leaves only you. You. Where do you go? Sorry, I just went to the next door cabin to investigate. Why? Who gave you permission for this? Well, I mean, Demon Hosonaga did. The new Japanese, was it? And I will roll into ball and throw him in cold room. Phew. He's gone back to guarding the door. I hope Inspector Hosonaga doesn't find himself in too much trouble on our account. He's gone out of his way to help us, doesn't he? When we get back to Japan, we'll have to take him for a steak at La Carnival. It could be a very long time for now. But I don't think we have any... Oh. It's clear that his letters were written with the ink that was somehow spilled on the floor. Spelled in the Russian word for Rob. There seemed to be an ambiguous pointer to you, as you were sleeping in there. To be truly ambiguous, it should have been just spelled out my name, don't you think? Well, either way, one fact remains. It's hard to imagine that Kazuma-sama will have written his last words on word. It remains. Which begs the question on who did write it. Here is such a beautiful color, this glass. Looks like whatever it was broken clean into. The other half is nowhere to be seen. There's a brick-colored mark, which is shoe polish, according to the great detective you seem to know all about. I suppose it must be from Kazuma-sama's shoes. Maybe, but what I'd like to know is, how can the detective be so sure it's shoe polish and not something else? He's a great detective. That's hardly a reason, is it? Why is it shoe polish? You'd say. This ventilator joins Miss Pavlova's cabin. And just a few minutes before it died, Kazuma saw something emerging from it. Pickled Ben, as he described it. If only Miss Pavlova had been able to shed some light on it, but she seemed as baffled as we are. I wonder if she's telling us everything, though. I'm not sure. I know most people aboard will say the same about me, but there was something about the woman that didn't sit right with me. Well? Guess let's move? Question mark? What can we find? Look, Neroda-san. Timon Stroganoff is gone. Enough? Belarusian seller who's always crossing his arms and glaring at us. All these Russian names are impossible to remember. La 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 la. You hear that? It sounds like someone singing. I did it the great detective way. This caroling, I know that larking-like voice. Well, never mind that. It's a golden opportunity for us. Yes, you're right. We must seize it. Let's get inside Miss Pavlova's cabin while we can and investigate. If only Polish stringy knot crewman comes back. It's strong enough. No stringy knot. Well, let's see. Miss Pavlova isn't back yet. Oh, there's now some dress in... Well... I found the one. Eventually. Drawer? Not really. That oh! Well, she's gone. What are you doing? Those are our private things. There's not a moment to waste, Naroda-san. We must investigate as quickly as we can. I suppose you're right. What is a mistake? War rob. Najafal Kazume-sama. What do you mean? It won't be long now until we arrive at port in Hong Kong. I don't want you to be in those handcuffs when we get there. Really? We must solve this case, Naroda-san. Ourselves if we have to. Yes, we will. Oh, she's finally with us. Great. Okay. Let's see. So this ventilator connects to Kazume's cabin next door. Oh, that's it? Oh. Yes, although what a foolish shipbuilder must be to open the ventilator into another room. Maybe it's so that if there's a gas leak next door, the occupants of this cabin will notice and raise the alarm. Or the occupants of both cabins will die of gas poisoning. That is a possibility. Anyway, last night Kazuma wrote that he saw a speckled band coming out from this ventilator. That's the other chime. It's a bell cord. What is... No, it's not chime, it's... Yes, it's chime, but with a C. Okay. Or bell cord. You barely hesitated there, which gave it a good tug too. No, I didn't actually expect anyone to come. I don't want them to. We'll try to investigate in secrets. Are you there? Yes, I'm right here. Yes? Why? Oh, good. Good. I thought you might have climbed into the wardrobe when I wasn't looking. There's no place like home. Believe me, I don't want some strange compulsion to jump inside every wardrobe I see you now. You know, anyway, I'm sure anyone could fit inside this one. It's full of beautiful outfits. I suppose they're all stage costumes. I was rather hoping we might find Miss Pavlova's friend hiding in there, but no such luck. Door, rules. Okay, all the books have stumbled over together. Look, every single one. You think that's the god of the sea? Perhaps he stumbled too, though. The god of the sea. It's exactly the same as the bookshelf next door. In Casimir's cabin. Perhaps Miss Pavlova was practicing a difficult ballet pose and fell against the bookcase. Oh no, should she be practicing ballet on the same night she ran away from her ballet company? Alright then, this have been you. You lost your temper and knocked them all over in a fit of rage. Not everything bad that happens on this ship is because of me, you know? Well, anyway, I'll set them all straight again, in there too. Don't like seeing things in disarray. What if a book is missing? Well, we'll see with those evidence. Later, I mean. Okay, let's look at the bag. Miss Pavlova's case is open. It's completely empty inside, but according to the great detective's great deduction, he was hiding a special friend in there. A friend that she had to keep secrets because you're not allowed to bring animals aboard the SS Berea. Berea? Oh no. Well, what kind of animal she had in there? Probably a snake. And more to the point, where is it now? Is it there? Because every cabin has a waste paper basket. We'll have a little look and see what's been thrown away. Where did you get to? Go sifting through someone's rubbish, you know? It is interesting to have some evidence, no? I want to have some evidence. And we might find something interesting. I have no choice. There's hardly anything in there at all. Oh, well, that's a little disappointing. Just a few books on the desk, nothing else by the looks of it. Miss Pavlova already ran away from the ballet last night. She has hardly occupied this cabin for any time at all. Oh, I wonder what kind of books she likes to read. Let me see. I see. Well, it seems that Miss Pavlova enjoys reading. It's reading in Russian. I think I probably already knew that. It's rude to ask too much of people. Can't really remember that. Read said, I don't know. You're so special. You allow me to say it. It will seem this teapot is empty. The natural conclusion is that the Russians are very thirsty people. Or, because Miss Pavlova only came into this cabin last night, she hasn't had the time to make any tea yet. I mean, it could be either. It's definitely that they're excessively thirsty. I'll lay 1,000 to 1 on it. Rather obstinate, aren't you? Come on, you can do it. Aha! I wonder what this little saucer is doing on the floor. Doesn't look like it's been dropped, or like it was put there deliberately. You think there could be a leak in the roof just above here? What, a leak? Is this ship quite safe? I'm sure even if there's a little leak in the roof, it doesn't mean the whole ship is going to sink. Oh, you're right. Of course you're right. Really trying to pursue it herself, isn't she? Well, we literally looked everywhere already. So we can look at the rules again. Not keep weapons ordered, blah 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 blah. Realized that she needed to keep the contents of her case a secret after she read this. A special friend. I mean, wonder where her friends has disappeared. Probably having fun exploring the ship, I imagine. Just hope Seaman Stroganoff doesn't find it and throw it overboard. This cabin door has the same simple sort of ball latch the cabin door has. The ball's drawn across there. There's no way anybody could enter the cabin from outside. Not a particularly heavy dirty bolt, is it? But still it will slide across of its own accord. Would it? And the door is made of metal, so there's no chance of trickery using magnets to unbolt it from the outside. But, well, a boat can move on the sea. That's why some books can fall. Wouldn't it be the same for the lock? It seals up perfectly. Stop any seawater coming in. I couldn't use the method you told me of passing a thread through a crack around the closed door either. I seem to know a lot of tricks for opening doors, but I need to see why they suspect me. Let's go back here. Maybe. Doors, well, whatever. Well, hello. Oh, it's Mr. Sholmes, look. You never know what he's going to turn up next, do you? He seems to be stealing a look on something that as he sings to himself. I will not do it. I did it the great detective way. He's still singing. Do you think he hasn't noticed us? Or simply in extremely high spirits? Yes, there were times I'm sure you knew, when the yard bit of more than it's true. I'll be right back in a moment. Okay, I'm back. And though it all went when there was no doubt it's lucky Hellock was about. Excuse me. I solved it all and I stood tall. I did the great detective away. Mr. Sholmes. What is it, you want to fight? Why it's like that, doing circles with your hands. Honestly, interrupting a fellow when he's singing was just about to reach the climactic finish. But I thought you were never going to stop, so I figured now is as a good time as any. I very nearly dropped you to the floor with one of my famous right hooks. Alright, I get the picture. Now could you put those fists away? Mr. Sholmes, you seem to be examining something before we interrupted you. Ah yes, that was immersed to study the ship's log, as penned by the shockingly built crewman who's usually on guard here. Oh yes, the ship's log. Do you find out anything useful from it? Well, after 2 PM this morning, the majority of the entries are blank, which means that there was nothing to report. Nothing of note happened, sir. 3 hours student from the land of the rising sun, you've been utterly blinded by it. The logic, my boy, isn't valid. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? Serve the other pages and all should become clear. Will seem the same crewman often stands sentry in this first-class passageway. He has the almost religious practice of recording nothing to report every half hours. He writes that every 30 minutes. Nothing to report. Meaning that during this blank, there was something to report. And yet, the ship's log from last night is largely blank, and even write nothing to report. Yes, there were circumstances afoot last night which led to the seaman being absent from his post. What kind of circumstances? What happened? That remains a mystery for now. We can be sure something significant took place. So significant that caused the seaman to forget his regular habit of scribbling nothing to report in the log. Important details. You should stake my life on it. You must log to the ship's log in your mental file. Thank you. Your dedication was worth for a great detective. Are you starting to understand what my way is? I see what makes Shom Shom's brilliance. Oh, what is it? Are you hurt? Don't worry yourself. I seem to be afflicted with throbbing hair this morning for some reason, nothing more. Well, my friends, until next encounter. He's still singing to himself. You can hear it as he wanders off down the passageway. Something wrong, said a sound. You seem lost in thought. Just, well, I feel the same. Headache? But since I woke this morning, I've had something of a headache. Sort of continuous throbbing. You too? Good girl there. Oh, locked. I can't open it. No one wants to let the murderer escape. Well, if Sherlock Holmes is there, then why not? What's that? Not me. Shut down the engines immediately. Vessel sighted a quarter mile forward. All stop hard to starboard. All hands brace for impact. Think we're about to crash into another ship. I can't stand. On to me. Are you alright? Are you injured at all? I think I'm fine. Thank you. It looks like we avoided a collision. See? The lock. Yes, the ship has come to a stop. What about you? Are you hurt? I'm fine. Hello, is anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance. Sounds like Inspector Sonaga. Is that you in there? No, Oda-san. Unbolt the door quickly. Bolt? Look at that. The door's bolted. You did it. Well, that's strange. How did... Look. All the books. Just like they were before again. How are you going to open the door and let the inspector in? I better tidy this place up first. A valid emergency stop has solved one mystery at least, in the very vivid way. But I knew that what waited on the other side of the cabin door will not be pleasant. I hurried around tidying up the cabin with a new sense of foreboding in my heart. Already? Well, do you know what's already time? It's to say goodbye, and it's time for real. Well, maybe we'll finally start this trial. It seemed that this door could, as I thought, be bolted just by the ship while it's moving. So maybe it's not a closed room case. Who did it? Why? Was it an accident maybe? Who knows? An animal? Crime? I don't know. In any case, hope you liked it. Glad that you watched. And as always, have a good day, a good night, or whatever. And we see each other later. Bye. Maybe in 3 days, I think. Ah, I'm pretty smart. But yeah, I guess it's kind of obvious. To be able to move like that, isn't it bad? Like you could lock every doors, meaning that you need to have something to open the door from the outside. Do they have a sort of key? Maybe. It's a bit dumb, also. Will also mean that the ship is not really old. Usually it gets rusty and it doesn't move a lot. Here it slided perfectly. What could have happened? Who knows? Why is the ship so not really greasy, but it's greased so that it can slide well? Who knows? See you. You'll see that next time. Bye.